Before this story starts, I need you to understand something. In the summer of 1996, a family moved into a house in rural Louisiana. No neighbors, no phone lines, no way to call for help. But within 3 nights, the daughter started talking to someone who didn't exist. And on the 4th night, something followed her father home from the swamp. This isn't just a story. This is American Nightmares. July 1996. In southern Louisiana, there are places the map doesn't show you. Places where the road ends, but something else keeps going. Darnell Carter felt it the moment his truck turned onto Cypress Hollow Road, gravel crunching beneath the tires while Spanish moss hung from the trees like something draped there on purpose. The air was thick, unmoving, like it had been sitting still for years. Beside him, Rochelle fanned herself, muttering about the heat. But even she knew this wasn't just weather. In the back seat, their daughter Kiara stared out the window and asked why the trees looked like they were leaning closer. Darnell brushed it off, but he saw it too. The way they bent inward, like they were watching. The house at the end of the road didn't help. It stood alone, gray paint peeling, porch sagging slightly, surrounded by swamp that stretched endlessly behind it. No neighbors, no lights, just quiet. That first night didn't bring fear. It brought something worse. Around 2:13 a.m., Rochelle woke up not to a sound, but to the absence of one. No insects, no frogs, no wind. Just silence so complete it felt unnatural. Then came the noise, soft, slow tapping from downstairs. Tap, tap, tap. She sat up, heart slowing instead of racing, her body unsure how to react to something it didn't understand. The next morning, a man stood at the edge of their property like he had always been there. He didn't approach, didn't greet them, just said, "You moved in," and pointed toward the swamp behind the house. "Don't go past them trees after sunset." When Rochelle asked why, he paused before saying, "It don't like being seen." That was the only warning they got. By the 3rd day, Kiara had stopped complaining about being bored, which should have been a relief. But it wasn't. Rochelle found her sitting by the back door, quietly talking to someone who wasn't there. "Her name's Lila," Kiara said. "She used to live here." The way she said it wasn't imaginary, it was certain. Small things began to shift around the house after that. Chairs moved slightly overnight. Doors unlocked themselves. Footsteps echoed upstairs when no one was there. One night, Rochelle woke again and found Kiara standing in the hallway, facing the wall, whispering softly, "Okay, I'll tell him." That's when the unease turned into something real. Something that didn't need to be seen to be understood. Darnell didn't believe in any of it. Not ghosts, not warnings, not whatever his daughter claimed was in the house. But he believed in proving things wrong. So one evening just after sunset, he stepped outside despite Rochelle calling him back. He walked past the fence, past the trees, into the swamp. The moment he crossed that line, the air changed. It felt heavier, harder to breathe, like the space around him was closing in. Then he heard it. A step behind him. He turned. Nothing. Another step came. Closer this time, wet and dragging. like something moving through mud. Then a voice right beside his ear, low and certain. "You late." Darnell ran. Branches scratched his skin, mud clung to his boots, but the sound followed him. Not chasing, not rushing, just matching him step for step. When he reached the house, he slammed the door shut, breathing hard, listening. The footsteps stopped, right outside. That night, everything changed. Kiara didn't look scared. She looked pleased, like something had gone exactly as expected. "She said you brought it back," she whispered. Darnell felt a cold weight settle inside him. "What you mean?" he asked, though he already knew the answer mattered more than he wanted it to. Kiara tilted her head slightly, her voice dropping to a near whisper. "She ain't alone anymore." The house didn't creak that night. The swamp didn't fall silent, because whatever had been out there wasn't out there anymore. It had crossed over, and as the hours stretched into morning, one thing became clear. The footsteps hadn't stayed outside. They had found a way in. If you made it this far, you already know. Some places don't let you leave. And some things don't stay where you find them. So tonight, when everything goes quiet, listen carefully. Because the next sound you hear might not be outside. This is only the beginning.